And then we come to China. The Chinese president is trying to make a virtue out of a necessity. He's trying to turn a food crisis into a war on food wastage. Now, if you've been watching our reports, you would be aware that China is running out of food supplies. Pork, corn, wheat, rice, barley, almost every necessary food item is in short supply. The prices are soaring by the day. The imports have jumped by a huge margin. Things have turned so bad that China has had to turn to India for rice imports, notwithstanding what the PLA has been doing in Ladakh. And even the imports from India have not been able to fix the food shortage. So Xi Jinping has come up with a bright idea. He wants to criminalize food wastage. He wants to make overeating a crime in China. His party has proposed a draft legislation for this. Under this proposal, restaurants that promote exorbitant meals will be fined. Chinese citizens will face penalties for leftover food. And anybody, any platform, any TV channel, any celebrity, anyone who endorses overeating will be punished by the law. Here's an analysis of the food crisis of China and how Beijing is concealing it and turning it into a war against overeating. % of China's total food production is wasted annually. That is more than 35 million tons of food gone to waste. Out of this, 18 million tons is wasted at the last stage of the supply chain, food consumption. Chinese President Xi Jinping says he wants to reduce this colossal waste of food. In 2013, he launched a campaign, Operation Empty Plate. This campaign targeted big feasts held by Chinese officials. In August 2020, this campaign was extended to the public. Digital celebrities were banned from making videos where they stuffed their faces with junk, and Chinese citizens were asked to eat frugally. But the campaign did very little to end food wastage. So the Chinese president has decided to take his war on waste one step further. Operation Empty Plate is set to be enshrined into law. A draft legislation has been submitted to China's highest legal committee. The proposed rules are these. Food outlets will face penalties if they mislead consumers to order excessive meals. Offenders may face fines up to 10,000 yuan or $1,500 if they fail to comply repeatedly. Restaurants will be allowed to charge customers for excessive amounts of leftovers. Online platforms that promote food wastage will be subjected to fines up to 100,000 yuan or $15,000. Broadcasters and TV channels that promote overeating will have their licenses revoked. The rules may sound idealistic and a bit extreme, but they are necessary. China's food crisis is becoming clear and apparent. The CCP has been struggling to ensure there's enough food for every citizen. But some of the most important food items are still in short supply. There's a shortage of pork, for instance. After the outbreak of the African swine fever, the prices have soared by 146%. Corn is in short supply too. This year's crop has been ruined by floods. There's also a huge shortage of barley, sorghum and wheat. China's imports of these items have jumped by more than 83%. The virus from Wuhan, rising poverty, an economic slowdown, a global fall from grace, and now a food shortage. Karma has not lost any address in China. Bureau Report, WION, World is One. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.